Hi guys, welcome back to Vlogmas day 6.
Every little Christmas.
So I really wanted to sit down today and share with you guys like an updated skincare routine. I haven't done this on my channel in absolutely ages, and I feel like all of my products have switched up. My skin has changed as well, which is the reason why my products have changed, and obviously I just like to try new things as well. And this is something that I'm extremely passionate about. I love skincare. I think skincare is so important when it comes to makeup application. I'm just going to put it out there now, I'm no expert when it comes to skincare, but I did learn a little bit about skincare when I was at college studying makeup, so I am more knowledgeable about skincare than I suppose like the average person. But I'm definitely not an expert on this, and this is stuff that I've just learned along the way and stuff that works for me. So as well, I get a lot of people sometimes say to me, oh wow, you look a lot younger than we thought you were, and we thought you were like in your early 20s, and I was like, oh my god, what a compliment that was. So I actually get ID'd if I go and buy a bottle of wine or anything like that. So I don't actually know what the age limit is. I think it's 21 over here. So yeah, I mean, that is pretty much like 13 years off of what I am. So if you guys do the maths, then you know exactly how old I am. But anyway, I got a lot of comments about how I keep my skin nice, and I'm not saying that I use the best products in the world. It's just that I use products that I know that are going to work for me and my specific skin needs, if that makes sense. So again, this is all stuff that I have been tried and tested for a really long time, and this is stuff as well that I'm using in the colder months because I feel like my skin gets a lot more drier and I need that hydration like put back into it basically. So first of all, before we get into like products and things like that, I do want to mention that I don't smoke, I don't drink, so I'm kind of healthy in that aspect. I mean, I don't really watch the food that I eat. I could be a lot better on that, but I love my food, and yeah, I do eat a lot of crap. But I do take multivitamins to help, so I don't know if that makes a difference with my skin and things like that. I'm sure it does. And also I feel like genetics as well, and I know this for a fact, like genetics plays a huge factor in how your skin is going to age. And if your mum and your nan look good, then you're pretty much set up for life basically, because you have those genes in you already. And fortunately, on both sides of my family, they have very good skin, so I'm hoping that I will follow in their paths and not have to reach for the Botox just yet. So I'm a huge believer in kind of growing old gracefully almost, and I don't believe in people looking 30 when they're 50. Do you know what I mean? That's not what I'm all about. I like to just look the best of my age, I suppose, and this is stuff that I use to kind of prevent anti-aging. I'm not gonna change the clock, I'm not gonna change my skin, but it's just something that I do to prevent it getting worse, if that makes sense. So that's definitely something that I do. So I get a lot of people as well ask if I have Botox. I definitely have not had Botox. I mean, as you can probably tell because I have like lines on my forehead and stuff. I'm not against Botox. I might have it in the future if I need to, but right now I don't need it, I don't want it, and I don't really want to start on that train, if that makes sense. Now I'm going to be going into skincare and the stuff that I use kind of like on an everyday. And I'm not saying that I'm very good with this, because some days that I'm a little bit off and I don't really do my skincare, but the majority of the days this is what I do. So I'm going to go kind of take you through like my morning routine and also like my evening routine, and show you guys the products that I use as well. So every morning when I wake up, I just get in the shower, and sometimes I exfoliate. I exfoliate 2 to 3 times a week, and I always use the St. Ives Fresh Skin exfoliator. I've used this for years. It is the best exfoliator I've ever used for getting like dead skin cells off and like dry patches and flaky skin and stuff, and just making sure your skin is nice and smooth. This is definitely the best one. I know there's like different forms of this. You can get it for if you're more spot prone as well, like they actually do like a charcoal one, I think. But this is like the Fresh Skin Apricot Scrub, so I think this is like the original one basically. But I love this product, and I like to use it with this Primark face brush. I spoke about this in one of my recent videos, which was like a Primark testing out beauty thing. I'll leave it linked up here if you want to go and check it out. But this honestly is amazing. You can buy different heads that attach to this brush, and it is honestly brilliant. So it has switched up the way that I take my makeup off, because before I was taking my makeup off with a face wipe, don't judge. I literally now take my makeup off with a cleanser, because this makes it so much easier to do, and I absolutely love it. I just use the standard head that it comes with. I need to go back to Primark to get some more heads, and also I know they do like a more exfoliating, like deep cleaning one, so I want to get that one as well. But I use this morning and night, and I like to use this before I get in the shower. I just like to kind of wet my face, and I go in with a cleanser. So the cleanser that I like to use in the morning is this Eve Lom morning time cleanser. Now this is very, very expensive. I don't actually know exactly how much this is, but I know that it's in the region of about £50 to £60, which is quite a lot of money for one tube of product. But I actually really, really like this. It works for my skin. It provides so much more hydration and moisture. My skin is so soft after I use it. And yeah, I like to use it with that Primark brush as well. Just kind of like massage it into the skin. It is more like an oily gel, so you definitely need to kind of thoroughly wash it off, if that makes sense, because otherwise there will be like a little bit of oily residue on your skin. But I really, really like this. It just kind of refreshes my skin, wakes it up, makes it a lot more smooth and a lot softer, and just feels really, really clean basically. So before I apply my makeup, I like to go in with a toner and a moisturiser. So the toner that I've been using, and again I've used this for years as well, I really, really like it, is the Pixi Glow Tonic. Now this has got 5% glycolic acid in it. So glycolic acid is going to like exfoliate the skin, and it's going to like remove like dead skin cells basically, and make it look a lot more brighter and a lot more awake, if that makes sense, which is one of the reasons why I like to use this in the morning. So it really does give a nice kind of like glow to the skin, and it kind of like refreshes the skin as well before I go in with moisturiser. So the moisturiser that I use at the moment is this Pixi one as well. I actually use a lot of Pixi products at the moment because I really wanted to test out some of their stuff. But this is the Glowtion Day Dew, and I actually have been really, really enjoying this. I don't like the packaging at all, because, oh my God, that'll just come out. The packaging is pretty crap, to be honest, because it never pumps out. I have to like unscrew the top. But I really, really like that moisturiser. It honestly gives such a nice glow. I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand so you can see. But you can see like how much like glow that gives to the skin. It's just really, really nice and luminous, and it's like the perfect lightweight moisturiser to put on before I apply my foundations and stuff. And I know that I'm not going to get that kind of like heavy kind of moisturiser feel, if that makes sense. It's really, really lightweight. It sinks into the skin nicely. And yeah, I just absolutely love that before I apply makeup and stuff. So another thing that I do want to mention before I go into the products that I use in the evening, and that is water. I drink a hell of a lot of water. At the moment, I'm drinking about 3 to 4 litres a day, but I think that helps flush out everything out of your system and like make your skin a lot more brighter as well. I definitely notice more of a difference when I up my water intake, so that is something that I definitely think is worth doing. So now moving on to the products that I use in the evening. Now I am a guilty person of using face wipes. I know loads of people say you shouldn't use them because they've got alcohol in it and it dries out your skin and things like that. But honestly, when you wear the makeup that I wear, you want something that's going to get it all off. I swear by these simple cleansing facial wipes. Again, I've used these for years. I swear by them. They're amazing. They're the most kind of like moist, hate that word, but like the most moist like face wipes you can find, and they really do remove a good 80% of my makeup, and then I go in and like with cleansers and stuff and remove the rest. So I definitely like to use these. I know a lot of people don't say to do that, but I'm just putting it out there. I like it. So whatever makeup that hasn't been taken off by those wipes, I then go in with a more thorough clean. And to do that, I use a cleanser that I have been using again for a very, very long time. And that is the Eve Lom cleanser. This stuff is like magic in a pot. It honestly melts away every single bit of makeup from the day, every single bit of dirt, and it really gives your skin a thorough clean. I would highly recommend it. Again, this stuff is mega expensive. It's like 50 quid for the pot, so I don't buy this very often, but you do get a lot of use out of this because you literally need the smallest amount. And again, it's more like a kind of oily based cleanser, so you'll really only need like a tiny bit, and that will take off all of your makeup and literally leave your skin looking really clean. So I like to use this again with that Primark facial brush that I showed you. So it just removes all of that kind of like makeup that didn't come off with those wipes, I suppose, and yeah, just kind of makes your skin a lot more brighter, a lot clearer, and ready for like moisturizers and things like that. So once I've done that, I then like to go in with some retinol products. Now retinol is a really important part of my skincare routine anyway, because it really helps in that kind of like anti-aging process, I suppose. So it helps the prevention of like fine lines and wrinkles. It minimizes the amount of like larger pores that you have, and I tend to have like larger pores around my kind of nose area, and I really feel like by using these retinol products it has helped that. It also helps with your skin feeling a lot more firmer and plumper, and it kind of pumps that collagen back into your skin as well that we naturally have. So it's definitely something that I like to do, and definitely something that I highly recommend as well. I love retinol products. So I like to use a toner at first, this one, Pixi one, and this is their retinol tonic. Now this isn't a strong retinol tonic by any stretch, and honestly with retinol you kind of need to build it up at first. You don't want to go in with too much, because it really can irritate your skin and burn. So you just need to kind of gently put it into your skincare regime, and once your skin is a little bit more tough and a little bit more resilient to it, then you can kind of up it and yeah, and use it basically. So I like to use this. It's really kind to the skin. It's not like an abrasive kind of retinol, so you don't really feel it burning or anything. But yeah, something that I really like to do. So I just put that on with the cotton wool pads. So then after I've done that, some days I switch it up. So one day I will use the Alpha H Liquid Gold. Now this has got glycolic acid. I was telling you guys about glycolic acid before, because that's what's in that Pixi toner. So it just kind of like brightens up the skin basically and gets rid of any of those dead skin cells. It helps with like any pigmentation and things like that. It helps like make your skin look a lot more kind of even, if that makes sense. When I first used this, it actually tingled my skin, which is like a normal process, I suppose, and you can really feel like it's working. And then when you build it up, it kind of gets a lot better. Like you don't feel that tingling anymore, because your skin is a lot more kind of tough to it, I suppose. But I have noticed so much a difference since I've been using this. My skin is not perfect by any stretch. I have a lot of pigmentation underneath this layer of makeup, but I do feel like that pigmentation has kind of calmed down a lot ever since I've been using this. So this is something that's definitely like a firm favourite in my skincare routine at the moment, and I like to use this on like alternative days, if that makes sense, so every other day. So a couple of times a week I will just leave this on and not put on any moisturisers, and that way it kind of penetrates the skin a little bit better, and it kind of works better, I suppose, without those layers of moisturisers or serums on the top. So you get more of like an intensive kind of treatment almost. So I like to do that a couple of times a week with this as well. So the days that I actually follow it up with moisturiser, there are two that I've been really liking. Again, one by Pixi. This is their Beauty Sleep Cream. I like this because it says it's like a rich night cream, but it's not a heavy, thick cream. It's quite lightweight. It does sink into the skin. You don't get that kind of heavy feeling with it and that oily feeling with it. So I've been really enjoying using this recently. And yeah, it just provides so much more like moisture into my skin. And yeah, when I wake up in the morning, my skin is like really soft. So I love using that. And then another moisturiser that I like to use as well is this Tata Harper Illuminating Moisturiser. I've actually nearly run out of this because I've used so much of it. But this honestly is such a really good moisturiser for giving a lot more kind of like glow to your skin. And yeah, I've been loving that one. So on the days where I don't use this Alpha H Liquid Gold, I'll go in with a Sunday Riley Lunar serum, I think this is. This is a sleeping night oil. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the actual product because it is blue and it is very oily. So I'll show you just how blue it is. I mean, that's how blue it is, and it goes on the skin blue as well. So if you have white bedding, you can kiss goodbye to that. Apart from the fact that it is blue and it does stain my bed sheets, I actually really like this. Now this is like a retinol product as well. So as I was saying before with retinol, it kind of helps with the appearance of fine lines and prevents that kind of anti-aging process and like stimulates the collagen boost in the skin. So this is like a much more stronger retinol than the toner that I showed you earlier. So I like to go in with this every other day just to make sure that I'm getting that into my skin, and I have noticed so much of a difference with my skin. And yeah, I have been really liking this. This again is one of my most expensive products as well, so it's not something that I would purchase on the regular basis, but again, you only really need a tiny amount of it to work. So guys, that is the end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this and like kind of learning a little bit more about my skincare routine and the products that I use as well. So I'm out of breath. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and I will see you all again in my next video. Bye.